Alright, like I promised, here we are with example number 9. Working up to finishing up our 5-4 segment. So, I know you're excited. This one looks great. Last time we were just barely talking about how we need to factor something out. So we're looking at 16, 56, 32. What kind of number goes into all of those? Hopefully somebody's sitting there thinking about, well, at least 2, maybe something bigger. I'm going to go with an 8. So I'm going to factor an 8 out of that whole big old mess. I'd factor something else, but x squared x, there's no x down here, so I can't pull an x out either. Alright, so 8 times what? Well, we're going to go with 2x squared. 8 times what makes our 56, but 7. And then 8 times 4 makes our 32. So now it's going to be annoying, but this stupid 8's just going to be hanging out here the whole rest of this problem. It's fun because it makes us do some big parenthesis work, and who doesn't love some nice parentheses embedded inside some other parentheses? But it's what we're going to deal with. So we're going to take a look at this part and just deal with it the way we've been dealing with things. I'm going to do a little AC method on it just because we're just going over that, and might as well have another example of how that works. If you want to take this to the side and throw some box method, you can always do some box method. It's fun. So I'm going to give it a try here. 2 times my -4 makes -8. What's multiplying to make it -8? Well, 8 and 1, 4 and 2 as we just found out. My 7 that we're trying to add up to is negative, meaning my bigger numbers have got to be negative. So which one of these is going to subtract to make that? Well, it's going to be the -8 and 1. Definitely not going to be here at our -2. So my AC method, I'm going to go with my -8 and my +1 is what we're splitting into. Out here, stupid this guy, he's going to be here. We're just going to put some big parentheses and go with it. 2x squared. My 7 is going to do its split. Get -8x plus 1x. And then my -4 is still there. Alright. Should be excited. You're like, hey, I know what to do now. I'm going to split these up, do some factoring by parts. What do my 2 and my 8 have in common? Well, they've got a 2 in common. X squared and x, they've got an x in common. So I'm going to have to go with, well, what here? X and minus 2 times what makes 8? 4. Well, what do 1x and 4 have in common? Absolutely nothing. So we're going to want to make sure we bring that plus sign down. My 1 right here is going to come out. X minus 4. And you know what we don't want to forget? We don't want to forget that silly 8 that we had out here. And now look at that. That just looks awesome. We got 2 sets of parentheses inside our big parentheses. And we're ready to put our parts together here. X minus 4 is one of my parenthesis groups. And here we got a 2x and a +1. So I've got my 2 parenthesis groups, and guess who we're not going to forget? We're not going to forget that 8. Let me just kind of stick them out here. If you want to put them in parentheses because everybody else is in parentheses and you don't want to leave them out, you can do that. I'm just going to put my answer in a box and walk away feeling really awesome because we just factored that big ugly thing into an 8 times 2x plus 1, x minus 4. Alright, so it's really not that bad. All we're doing is we're taking our original, pulling that first term out, and then doing the exact same things that we've been doing. Example number 10 here, last guy. Let's look at these and think about what do they have in common. Please don't say 8. 8 is not going in down here. So you're probably going to pull out a 4, get your big parenthesis group, and factor some stuff using some AC method. I think you guys can do it. Give it a try. Good luck, and we'll see you in class tomorrow.